And welcome back to Schwab Field. We're getting ready to play game 2 of the doubleheader. There goes the throw down to second base. We just got our hands on lineups. So we're scrambling up here to get these names and numbers written in. We'll get those going to you here momentarily. And in the circle for the Apaches to start game 2 is Audrey Pickett, the right-handed freshman from Aurora, Colorado. We are sticking at 77 degrees. Been there all afternoon. And we're underway at 6:16. First pitch misses, ball 1. This is Cora Heine, the second baseman, leading it off. Batting second is the shortstop, Camo Wells. Pitch missed inside. Batting baseman, Malero. Batting cleanup, the catcher, Taylor Goulet. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Izzy Murillo. Designated player is Sky Loper. She'll bat sixth in that Navarro lineup. There's a ground ball, and that's going to be an infield single in the hole, and Heine is aboard. Tough play at shortstop for Jaden Lance, and Casey Moore tried to knock it down also at third base, and neither one of them could come up with it cleanly. So Heine's aboard. Here's Camo Wells. Sky Loper is the 6 hitter. The 7 hitter is Briley Dickinson. She's the right fielder. The 8 hitter is Chrissy Johnson. She's the center fielder. And then left fielder Maddie Moore is the 9th hitter. On the mound for the Bulldogs is Elisa Suarez. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Defensively for the Apaches, Mackenzie Ryan in left. Brianna Pasinger in center. Rebecca Snow in right. Casey Moore at third, Jaden Lance at short, Mackenzie Pete at second, Mackenzie Goswick at first. As that ball is fouled off on the bunt attempt, and it's 1-2. Behind the plate, Shelby Court, and in the circle, the right-hand freshman from Aurora, Colorado, Audrey Pickett. Audrey is 7-1 in the circle with a 1.71 ERA on the season. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. And that's first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Yasmin Malero. Malero in game 1 was 0 for 3. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Malero struck out, grounded back to the pitcher, and flew out to center in game 1. Oh, 1 pitch off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Another bunt attempt, and it's fouled off. Foul ball, 1-2. Ground ball to third. 5 and 4. You go to 3, not in time. So almost double play. So Malero will reach on the fielder's choice. Heine is out at second base on the 5-4. 2 outs, 1 aboard for Taylor Goulet. Catcher. Goulet in game 1 was 0 for 3. Popped up to short twice and grounded into a double play. Right back to the pitcher, Pickett, and she'll throw it over for the final out of the inning. So the leadoff hitter gets a base hit and is stranded. We'll head to the bottom half of the first inning. We're still scoreless here at Schwab Field. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Back in just a minute. All right, let's bring it back a little bit early here to go through the Apache lineup. And the Apache lineup is exactly as it was in Game 1. Leading off is the center fielder, Brianna Pasinger. Batting second, the right fielder, Rebecca Snow. Batting third is the first baseman, Mackenzie Goswick. The catcher, Shelby Court, bats cleanup. Shortstop, Jaden Lance, will bat fifth. Designated player, Courtney Heller, bats sixth. The left fielder, Mackenzie Ryan, bats seventh. The second baseman, Mackenzie Pete, bats eighth. And the third baseman, Casey Moore, will bat ninth for the Apaches. Defensively, for the Navarro Bulldogs, in left field, Maddie Moore. In center field, Chrissy Johnson. In right field is Briley Dickinson. Around the infield, Yasmin Malero back at third base. Camo Wells back at short. Cora Heine back at second. At first base, Izzy Murillo. Behind the plate, Taylor Goulet. And in the circle is the freshman from Bishop, Texas, Elisa Suarez. Suarez is 0-1 on the year with a 1.81 ERA. It's her 10th appearance of the season, her fourth start of the season. 27 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, and 12 walks for the freshman from Bishop, Texas, Elisa Suarez. And she will face Brianna Pasinger here to lead things off for the Apache first inning. Apaches won Game 1, 5-1. First pitch off the plate, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Pasinger in Game 1 was 2 for 4, a couple of doubles to center field. And that wind continues to blow at a pretty good clip. Temperature 77 degrees at game time. The wind is out of the south at about 16, according to the Weather Channel. As Elisa Suarez falls behind Pasinger 2-0. Looping fly ball to left. That's going to go into the gap and off the fence. It's the third double of the day for Pasinger. Boy, what a day she's having. 3 for 5 with 3 doubles. Here's Rebecca Snow now. And in Game 1, Rebecca Snow, 3 for 4. She had 3 singles, one to center, infield single to second base, and a base hit to right. So a nice ball game for Rebecca Snow. That pitch is in there, strike one. Apaches, 5 of the 9 hits came out of the 1 and 2 spots in their lineup in Game 1. Here's the 0-1. Pops it up left side, should be in play, and the left fielder calls everyone off. That's Maddie Moore. Never a doubt there. And there's one out.
To bat is your first baseman, number 19, Mackenzie Goswick.
Here's Mackenzie Goswick for the first time in Game 2. And the pitch is in there for strike one. Mackenzie Goswick in Game 1 was 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. So she's still looking for her first hit of the day. The 0-1. High. Throw back behind the runner and trickles away. Pasinger scampering back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, outside corner, and it's 1-2. Batter to chase that, and that's 2 outs. Good pitch right there from Suarez. First strikeout for her. Here's Shelby Court.
Catcher number
Shelby Court in game one was 1 for 4. RBI single in the very first inning of game one. That gave the Apaches, that started that 3-run first inning. Big hit in that inning was the Mackenzie Ryan single with 2 outs, driving in 2. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. Elisa Suarez, a freshman from Bishop, Texas, in the circle for the Bulldogs. Falls behind here, 2-0. Basinger reached on a leadoff double, and she's still there after the pop-up to left and a strikeout. Suarez trying to keep this thing at a scoreless tie. And pitches in there for a strike. Two outs, the 2-1. Fly ball right field. This is well hit. It's got a chance, and it's out of here. A 2-run, 2-out homer by Shelby Court has given the Apaches a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of inning number 1. Boy, good swing on that one. Ball appeared to be on the outside half, and Shelby hit it where it was pitched, and it carried out of here. And the Apaches, like game 1, are off to an early lead here, 2-0. And like game 1, they also got a big 2-out hit. This time it's Shelby Court. Game 1, it was Mackenzie Ryan with a 2-out hit. Coach K out in the circle. Jessica Karanke-Burke in that circle talking to the freshman, Elisa Suarez. Gave her a little stern talking to and then asked for a little low 5. I don't know, the exchanges in softball are a little bit different than they are in baseball. Got to get used to that. 2 outs, nobody aboard now. The base is clear after the 2-run homer. Here's Jaden Lance. And Jaden Lance struck out in her only plate appearance in game 1. First pitch is low, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Misses inside, 2 balls, no strikes. For Suarez, it's outing number 10 of the year. Just her 4th start in 10 appearances. The 2-0 pitch popped up. This should stay in the infield. And it's Camo Wells at short, squeezing it for the final out. F6 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches strike first. A leadoff double by Brianna Pasinger, and then a 2-out homer by Shelby Court. And it's 2-0 Apaches as we go to the second inning. Second inning is underway. Izzy Murillo, the first baseman, steps in against Audrey Pickett, the freshman from Aurora, Colorado. Audrey's 19th appearance of the season. Chopper foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. 11th start of the year for Audrey Pickett. She has 4 complete games, 3 shutouts, and also 1 save. 57 in a third innings pitch, 50 strikeouts to just 7 walks for the freshman from Aurora, Colorado. 1-1 count on Izzy Murillo. In there for a strike. That's 1-2. In game 1, Izzy Murillo 0 for 3. Fly ball to left, strikeout, and a ground ball to short. Looking for her first hit. The Navarro Bulldogs could only manage 3 hits in that first game. There's a chopper to third base, and Casey Moore gobbles that one up, fires it over to Goswick at first, and there's 1 out. Now here's a new hitter. Sky Loper is the hitter. Loper did not play in game 1, so her first plate appearance of the day is right here. First pitch just misses, ball 1. On the year, Loper 179 average, does have 1 double and 4 RBI. The 1-0 pitch. Line shot foul down the left field line. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody aboard. We're in the top of the second inning. The Apaches were able to plate 2 runs on a 2-run homer by Shelby Court in the first inning. The pitch popped up right side. Is it going to stay in play? Just gets on top of the Bulldog dugout on the first base side. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sun is dropping to the left field corner here. Kind of a unique sun field. I don't know, I'm used to the baseball setup. There's a ground ball to short. Lance up with it and fires across, 2 outs. So a 5-3 and a 6-3. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Briley Dickinson. Dickinson in game 1 was 0 for 3 as well. Popped up to third, flew out to right, and reached on an error by the shortstop. So she is still looking for her first hit. Chrissy Johnson had 1 of the hits, a triple in game 1. And Cora Heine had 1 hit. And Camo Wells had 1 hit. Other than that, it was zeros across the board for the Bulldogs in game 1. Only 3 hits in the game. Here's the 1-0. Boy, almost got her. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, nobody aboard. Riley Dickinson at the plate. That ball's fouled off the net. 2 balls and 1 strike. A couple of freshmen doing battle in the circle here in game 2. Bulldogs dropped to 8-5 in conference play. So the Apaches distance themselves a bit from Navarro after winning game 1. Apaches now 12-3 with 2 full games in the loss column ahead of the Bulldogs. I'd like to think that I don't think we have any live stats for the Paris game, the Bossier game. I don't know if any of those people get on Twitter or not. Sometimes I have to check that here in a minute, see if there's any Paris or Bossier Twitter people. Okay, so Bossier, we know they won the first game. What was the score? 12-1. So the Bossier Cavs keep pace with the Apaches. And there's a walk, a 2-out walk to Dickinson. And that'll bring up Chrissy Johnson. First walk of the game for Audrey Pickett. Chrissy Johnson got 1 of those 3 hits. It was a third inning triple over Rebecca Snow's head off the fence in right field. And she's up there for the first time. She was in the 9 spot in game 1. And Coach K has bumped her up 1 spot. And she'll bat 8th here in this second game. First pitch in there. And it's no balls and 1 strike. That pitch is in there, and it's 0-2. Telling you, you got to watch the chest protector. If it moves up and down, you know he's putting his whole body into a strike call. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chrissy Johnson at the plate. Audrey Pickett trying to put a donut on the board here in inning number 2. Strike 3 called. Got her. And that'll end the inning. So the 2-out walk is stranded. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Apaches will try to add to a 2-0 lead. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Bottom of inning number 2. 6, 7, and 8. Courtney Heller leads it off for the Apaches. She takes strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Boy, there's another big, slow breaking pitch. Off speed. A little change up. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch is going to miss. Pretty close there. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Pitch misses. It's 3-1. The pizza man has arrived in the press box. No, I won't be able to call another inning in this game if I eat a piece of pizza. I'll be burping every other pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on and nobody out. We're in the bottom of inning number 2. The Apaches lead at 2-0. Little pop-up, shallow infield, and running across to make the catch is Camo Wells, and there's 1 out. F6 if you're scoring at the house. That'll bring up Mackenzie Ryan, the left fielder.
Up to bat, your left fielder,
First pitch is in there. Strike one to Mackenzie Ryan. There we go. So Audrey Pickett at 29 pitches right now. A little looping liner down the right field line, foul. And Elisa Suarez threw 21 in her first inning of work. And she's 0-2 on Mackenzie Ryan. Boy, there's that big off-speed pitch and got her looking. 2 up, 2 down. First strikeout of the game for Elisa Suarez. And here's Mackenzie Pete.
Up to bat, your second baseman, number 8, Mackenzie Pete.
Mackenzie Pete in game 1, 0 for 2 with a walk. She lined out to left, grounded out to third in that first ball game. First pitch in there, strike one. So now Elisa Suarez trying to find a rhythm out there. Seems as though she is a little better command here in the second inning. Here's the 0-1. And as soon as I say that, she throws one about 3 feet in front of the plate. 1-1 with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Apaches lead 2-0 in the bottom of the second. The pitch in there for a strike. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Line shot, just foul. Got every bit of that and just pulled it outside the line down the left field corner. Starting to get some shadows from that left field area as that sun drops in that left field corner. And I'm used to having that sun drop a different angle of the field, and I don't know if I remember getting the shadows creeping in from the outfield. The 1-2 pitch, and that's the low again. That's 2-2. Well, we've had Sherry Kelly check in, watching her daughter Mackenzie Goswick, rooting on the Apaches. Appreciate her checking in. And also from Garden City, Kansas. Pop up left side. That's going to get out of play. Top of the Apache dugout this time. Count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. So I'm going to guess that's a relative of Abby Dart, Garden City, Kansas. Or do we have a couple kids from there? Huh? Okay, so had those. Appreciate you checking in on the live chat. Abby's dad checking in. Hope things are well in Kansas. Probably a little cooler in Kansas than it is here. 77 degrees right now here in East Texas. I know I grew up in Ohio, and they're still watching the snow fly up there. And a little looping liner off the glove, and not going to make the play. Third baseman Yasmin Malero, who had such a busy time of it in game 1, jumped up and couldn't quite glove that ball. So I'm going to call it an infield single here. Not an easy play. Camel Wells came behind her at short and almost made a spectacular play, but Pete was down the line in plenty of time to be safe at first. Here's Casey Moore now with 2 outs and 1 aboard. First pitch to Moore, just missed, ball 1. Casey Moore in game 1 was 1 for 3. She singled to left field in her first at bat. Popped up to the pitcher, grounded out to short. So 1 for 3 in the first ball game. The 1-0 pitch, that's in there. And it's 1-1. Well, Pete, that's the thing to do, is bring your scooter out to this thing. There's a guy down there in a scooter. There's a huge concrete patio here between baseball and softball. And this is just an amazing complex to be on a high school campus. Beautiful covered hitting area. Baseball field right next to us. And no, it was just I'm just saying if you want to come out here as a young person, have some fun, there's plenty of concrete to scoot around on. That's what I wasn't making any commentary on your mobility, Pete.
Well, I need
3 balls and a strike. The pitch misses high, and it's a 2-out walk. And the Apaches now with 2 aboard after the first walk of the game for Elisa Suarez. And back to the top you go, and a hot-hitting Brianna Pasinger. Already 3 doubles on the day. 2 doubles in game 1, and she led off this one with another double. So Pasinger with a chance now to add on to this lead with 2 outs. Apache's got they've had some 2-out hitting today. Both ball games in the first inning, clutch 2-out hits have staked them to a lead in both ball games, and now it's Pasinger's turn to get a 2-out hit with 2 outs here in the second inning. The 1-0 pitch misses off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. We're at Schwab Field on the campus of the Brook Hill School. Game 2 of the doubleheader. The 2-0 pitch misses high, 3-0. And now going out to have a visit is Taylor Goulet with Elisa Suarez. Falls behind 3-0. You're 1 pitch away from loading them up for Rebecca Snow. Twirling that bat in the on-deck circle like it's a baton. Wonder if she might have been a baton twirler in high school. Doing a pretty good job of that. Here's the 3-0 delivery. That's right down Broadway in the loop, and it's 3-1. Well, Pasinger has squared up 3 balls today, 3 doubles. See if she does anything with his 3-1 offering. Fouls that one off. And now it's going to be a full count. You got base runners moving. Elisa Suarez trying to get the Bulldogs off the field. They trail 2-0. 3-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch. That's way high, and that'll load them up. It's the second walk in a row for Elisa Suarez, and that's going to prompt another visit from Goulet. And here's Rebecca Snow now, and that's also going to bring a visit from Coach K. Jessica Karanke-Burke out in the circle. 17th year coach for the Bulldogs. She has taken this program 6 times to the Region 14 title. 14 different times they've gone to the postseason tournament. And she's had her say with Elisa Suarez. And bases are loaded for Rebecca Snow. Rebecca Snow flew out to left field in her first at-bat. And this has the potential to be an important at-bat in this ball game. Snow started the doubleheader at .379. 11 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, 36 RBI. First outs in the second inning. Rebecca Snow awaits a 1-0 pitch. Boy, that's a pretty good-looking pitch right there. Had some tail. Kind of a backdoor pitch. And Snow takes it for strike 1. Well, in the first inning, Shelby Court got the big 2-out, 2-run homer. Here's the 1-1. Wait. Another perfect pitch on the black. And now, Rebecca Snow going to have to battle a bit here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch. Off the plate and low. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. You really don't want to go full here because then you got everybody moving. So this is the action pitch right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Boy, she had a good rip at it. Fouled it straight back. And we'll do it again. Pete at third, Moore at second, pacing her at first. The 2-2 pitch. Pops it up, and this is going to be in play and caught at third base by Yasmin Malero, and that will do it. Boy, that's a tough deal right there. The Apaches with the bases loaded and can't get anything out of that. A donut on the board. The score remains 2-0 Tyler. Back in just a minute on the Apache on ApacheAthletics.com. And welcome back to Schwab Field. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. And stepping in for the Bulldogs, 9-1-2. Maddie Moore will lead it off. The Bulldogs, no runs on just 1 hit so far. The Apaches, 2 runs on 3 hits. Neither team has committed an error as we start play here in the 3rd inning. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. There's a tapper up the middle. Tough play, and nobody's going to make it. Base hit. And second hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Cora Heine.
Up to bat, number 16, Cora Heine.
Heine led the game off with an infield single in the 6th hole. So she's looking for her second consecutive hit. That pitch is in there, strike 1. Heine was 1 for 1 in game 1 with an RBI and a single to left field. A couple of walks to go with that. 0-1. Well hit to center, but right at Pasinger, and she's going to have a double play if they can make the throw, and got her. The throw came all the way to Goswick at first, and she didn't have time to touch the bag, so she tagged the runner for the double play. So Moore went way off the bag mistakenly, and she's out at first on the 8-3. Ball was well hit off the bat of Heine, but it was right at Brianna Pasinger, and for whatever reason, Maddie Moore kept running. No, you don't. 8-3. And here's Camo Wells, struck out looking her first time up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there, quickly 0-2. Now you're 1 pitch away from a very short 3rd inning. Audrey Pickett, the pitch. Just missed. Good job by Camo Wells to lay off of that. 1-2 with 2 outs. Nobody aboard. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got her. So that is strikeout number 2 for Wells. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, third strikeout of the game for Audrey Pickett. That'll end the 3rd for the Bulldogs. The Apaches will have 3, 4, and 5 coming to the plate. Goswick, Court, and Lance when we return. Welcome back to Bullard, Texas. We're at Schwab Field. And 87 degrees in Garden City right now. Wow. Amazing. That's 10 degrees warmer than it is here. Would not have thought that. Yeah, if you want to check in on the live chat with what the temperature is where you're at, that'd be kind of an interesting little factoid to talk about. First pitch in there, strike one to Mackenzie Goswick. She struck out swinging in her first at bat in this ball game. Still looking for her first hit of the day. 0-1. Ball's in the dirt. We started at 77 here, according to the Weather Channel. And I'll refresh it here, Pedro, but 76 now. So we've dropped a degree. Foul ball makes them count 1 ball, 2 strikes. So, yeah, it's a frigid 76 here in Bullard. Okay. It's always interesting that when I pull up, like on my, it says Bullard, we're 74 here, so. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a little looping fly ball down the left field side, out of play. Coach Wynn has gone to the pullover. She's got the little jacket on now. Earlier today, she just had the T-shirt on, so she's getting a little chilly down there. I always comment on what the coaches wear in the coaches' boxes because, I don't know, that's just a thing coaches think about, right? I don't know, when we coach in Alaska in the summers, I go as long as I can without putting a jacket on. I'm not jacket guy. I like to put the uniform on.
You know a guy that's been trying to go up there to Alaska for 5 years and be a bat boy. You know him?
No.
Yes, you do. I would buy his own plane ticket.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out.
All I want to do is be the bat boy.
We have a bat boy, Pete.
You need an old one.
You're going to break that little boy's heart, man.
How about an equipment manager? Name alone.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Mackenzie Goswick battling here. Still looking for her first hit of the day. She was 0 in the first game. And she struck out in this first at bat in this game. There's a little looping line drive into left center. Base hit. And that's actually a 2-base hit. A double for Mackenzie Goswick, and she gets the ball rolling here for the Apaches in the third. Good piece of hit, and that's a good at bat for Mackenzie Goswick. Fouled a couple of balls off and then drove one to the gap. Here's Shelby Court. And what did Shelby do last time? 2-run bomb. So Shelby Court has 3 RBIs on the day. She got an RBI single in the first game. So, not on the. I guess is that true in softball? If you drop the ball when you're on the pitching rubber, it's a balk. It's a ball. In baseball, it's a balk, and the base runner advances. I know, but I'm just curious. Don't know what the softball version of a balk might be if you drop the ball when your feet are in contact with that pitching rubber. But okay, 1-0 is the count. Boy, just missed inside, and it's 2-0. The Apaches lead 2-0. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Nobody out. A leadoff double by Mackenzie Goswick. And now Coach K going to take the slow walk. She does have someone tossing in the bullpen. This might be all for Elisa Suarez. Well, Shelby Court, 8 home runs on the year, 56 RBI. This might be just be careful here. That might be what that was about. Because in a 2-0 game, I think I might take my chances with Jaden Lance and then trying to challenge Shelby Court. Shelby Court came into the doubleheader with 56, and she's now got 3 more, so she's got 59 RBI on the year. Not too bad. In there for a strike. 2-1. Okay, so Kilgore takes a couple from Trinity Valley. 4-3 and what? 6-5. So this is a battle of teams kind of in the middle of the pack there. 2-1 pitch. Boy, there's that off speed. Just kind of floats in there. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Coach K may have gone out and told Elisa to just kind of nip and tuck and don't give her anything good to hit here. Wouldn't be surprised if you see a couple more of those little floaters. The 2-2. Not that time. She comes in. And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still think you got to be careful in this at bat. Shelby Court steps in. The 3-2. Popped up. Is it going to stay in play? And, it was in play. But Taylor Goulet just kind of almost, I don't know if she overran it. That was not an easy play. She got to the wall. Actually probably got a little bit further than she needed to. These pop-ups are always a challenge to judge. You got to flip that mask off, and then you got to find the ball. And then when you find it, you got to run towards what out here is a brick wall. So good effort right there by Taylor Goulet, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Here's the pitch. Pop up, right side, and falls in. Wow, a little miscommunication there, perhaps, as the second baseman, Cora Heine, and Briley Dickinson were converging on one another in shallow right field, and they both just let it fall. So Goswick will go to third base, and ugly single to right field. And that'll bring up Jaden Lance. Jaden Lance popped up to short to end the first inning. And in her only at bat in game 1, struck out looking. So still no one out here in the Apache third inning. The pitch. Well, hit and run, and you're going to steal there. Just kind of swinging through to get that runner to second. Shelby Court is safe. I think that's her second steal of the day. Yep, she stole one in game 1 as well. That's correct. Boy, Shelby Court's got 17 stolen bases. She's now tied for the lead with Brianna Pasinger. Not bad to have a catcher that can steal bases for you. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, second and third. Here's the 1-1. Line shot left field, and that's going to go all the way to the fence. 2 runs will score, and it's a 2 RBI double for Jaden Lance. First hit of the day for Jaden. And the Apaches doubled their lead. And boy, what a nice swing from Jaden Lance, scoring 2, and that'll be all for Elisa Suarez. And we'll give you some information on the new pitcher when we come back. All right, our first pitching change of the day. And Coach Gay goes to Mackenzie Miller. 2-1 with a 4.67 ERA. It's her 11th appearance. She has started 5 games, 27 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, and 22 walks. For the freshman from Forney, Texas, Mackenzie Miller in the circle for the Bulldogs. And she will face Courtney Heller. Heller popped up to short in her first at bat in this game. And she was 1 for 2 in game 1. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. Here's the 1-0. And that misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, if you look at the numbers for Mackenzie Miller, in 27 innings, she's got just 1 more strikeout than walk. 23 strikeouts, 22 walks in 27 innings. So command might be an issue. There's a ground ball up the middle, base hit. RBI single for Courtney Heller. And it's 5-0 Apaches. So back-to-back RBI hits for the Apaches. And they have opened it up a bit here in the 3rd inning. 4 batters have come to the plate. And that's the same. It's Lexi Hager. So Lexi Hager will be the runner at first base for Heller.
Number 14, Lexi Hager as a runner.
We saw this in game 1. And stepping into the batter's box is a pinch hitter. Jordan Wagner is the pinch hitter.
Number 21, Jordan Wagner.
Wagner in limited action thus far is she's 1 for 18 on the year. So Coach Wynn getting Wagner into this one. It's 5-0 here in the 3rd. Nobody out. And Hager at first after the RBI single by Courtney Heller. 4 batters have come to the plate, and the Apaches have gotten 4 hits and scored 3 runs. The 0-1 misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pop up in the infield, and third baseman drops the ball, throws to second for the force play. So that was Yasmin Malero, who ranged over behind the circle, made the catch. Actually didn't make the catch, dropped it, but the force play at second. And that's the first out of the inning. It'll go 5-4. Not the traditional 5-4, but... So Mackenzie Ryan will step in. All right, that was Mackenzie Ryan. This is Mackenzie Pete now. Now we're going to have a runner for Ryan at first base. Okay. Oh, that's right. We had a pinch hitter. All right, so it's actually it's a re-entry thing. So we have Mackenzie Ryan now back on the bases for Wagner, who just reached on the fielder's choice. So 1 ball, no strikes to Mackenzie Pete. Steps in. She got a base hit her first time up. Mackenzie Miller in the circle. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, we've gone off the plate a little bit. Joplin, Missouri, 73 degrees. Wow. Well, wouldn't have guessed that. But I guess we do have some warmer temperatures taking over. Ground ball through the hole, base hit to left field. And the rally continues. Mackenzie Pete with her second hit of the game. And now you got first and second, only one out. And Casey Moore steps in. Got some excitement coming out of that Apache dugout.
Up to batting third baseman, number 17, Casey Moore.
Miller with that long windup right down the chute, strike one. Casey Moore walked her first time up and was 1 for 3 in game one. Here's the 0-1. Line shot, third base. I don't know if she caught that. So that was called a catch off the bat, and she doubled off the runner at first. So that'll go L5 and then 3. And just like that, the inning is over. So nice play by Yasmin Malero. She has just had a really good defensive day today, other than that little pop-up she just dropped a minute ago. But that was a nice play. That was a line shot off the bat of Casey Moore. And Malero fired it over to first, getting the runner at first base, Mackenzie Pete. So that'll end the inning. And we'll head to the fourth. Your new score from Schwab Field is Tyler 5 and Navarro 0. Welcome back to Bullard, Texas. We go to the fourth inning, 5-0 Apaches. Audrey Pickett, pitch number 38 of the day. I think it was a ball, so I believe it's 1-0. And that's going to be off the plate, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of inning number 4 here. Game 2, the doubleheader. Apaches won game 1, 5-1. Ground ball to third. Nicely done over there by Moore. And dropped at first base. So Mackenzie Goswick had that in her glove, and it fell out. And that's going to be I'm going to call it an E3 there. That's a pretty good throw. Malero is aboard. And here's Taylor Goulet, 0 for 1 in this game. The catcher. She was 0 for 3 in that first game. Pop-up on the first pitch. Tough play coming in and making the running catch is Rebecca Snow, out number 1. Nice job out there by Rebecca Snow. And stepping in now for Navarro is the first baseman, Izzy Murillo. Grounded out to third base in her first at-bat. Murillo, 337 average coming into the doubleheader. First pitch missed, and it's 1-0. Well, the lights are now on here at Schwab Field. There's the bunt, and I'm going to say she's in the box, so she will not be out. That ball bounced right back up and hit Murillo. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 aboard. Navarro trying to chip away here to 5-0 Apache lead. 1-1 pitch. There's a pop-up, shallow right field. Nice running catch by Mackenzie Pete. Not an easy play there. And good job by Mackenzie Pete to run that one down. F4 if you're scoring at the house. And here is Sky Loper, grounded out to short in her only at bat of the day. Not playing game one. First pitch swung on and missed. These Navarro hitters really aggressive, swinging at a lot of early count pitches. Here's the 0-1. Runners going, throw to second, not in time. So it's a stolen base for Malero. On the year, stolen base number 3 for Malero. She's now 3 for 3 on the season. Scoreboard says 0-2, so I'm going to believe it, Pedro. That's off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Malero at second for Navarro. The 1-2. Little tapper to short, gets through. And that's going to score a run. The throw to the plate will not be in time, and it's 5-1. And I'm going to call that an error. Jaden Lance ranged to her left, and that ball just went under her glove. I don't know if I'm being kind of rough there, but it looked like a play she would have at least knocked down. And that will bring up Briley Dickinson. And everyone's going to meet in the circle, kind of regroup a bit after that. Yeah, 2 errors in the inning now for the Apaches. Stepping in is Dickinson. Dickinson, a .212 hitter coming into the doubleheader. This is low, 1-0. Well, that sun and the shadows have completely enveloped the field now, so going to need those lights more and more as the night progresses here. It's 7:20 Central Time. This game started at 6:16, so just over an hour in. Good block by Court at home plate. 2 balls and a strike. Navarro has scored here in the 4th inning to make it 5-1. Just misses low. 3-1. Malero reached on an error when Goswick dropped the throw from Casey Moore. She stole second and then scored on an error by the shortstop, Jaden Lance. Swing and a miss. 3 balls, 1 strike on Briley Dickinson. Walked her first time up. (3-2), 2 outs. Runner will be off with the pitch. A little looping liner over to third base. Casey Moore, easy catch for out number 3. But the Bulldogs do get 1 run on no hits, and they leave a runner on. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 4. Your new score from Schwab Field, Tyler 5 and Navarro 1. You're watching Tyler Softball on ApacheAthletics.com. Top of the lineup for the Apaches, Paysinger, Snow, and Goswick coming to home plate. They will face the relief pitcher, Mackenzie Miller, who came on in the third inning. And she's back in the circle for the Navarro Bulldogs. Paysinger, 1 for 1, her third double of the day in the first inning. She walked in the second inning. Outside corner, called a strike. Well, this umpire is definitely going off the plate more than Mr. Umpire in Game 1. Seen a lot more outside strikes called really for both sides, righties and lefties. Here's the windup in the 0-1 pitch. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mackenzie Miller now has thrown just 13 pitches. She finished up the inning with 11 last inning. Suarez ended up throwing 66 pitches in her outing. She went 2 complete innings officially. And all those runs are going to be charged to Suarez. So she gave up 5 runs and 8 hits. That pitch is in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brianna Paysinger. Miller back in the circle. That windup delivers, and it's right back to Miller for the outs. 1-3 if you're scoring at the house. And there's 1 up and 1 down. Here's Rebecca Snow looking for her first hit of this second ball game.
Tonight, your right fielder, number 15, Rebecca Snow.
Rebecca Snow was 3 for 4 in Game 1. But so far in this one, flew out to left, popped up to the third baseman. Here's the pitch, and there's a little tapper on the bunt, and it's going to go foul. Yasmin Malero grabbed it in foul territory, and we'll go back and do it again with an 0-1 count. Apaches with those top 3 batters that hit from the left side. Another little tapper, Malero. Well, she has just been really pretty solid over there all day. 5-3, 2 outs. Here's Mackenzie Goswick.
Up to bat, your first baseman, number 19, Mackenzie Goswick.
First pitch swinging, she lines this one over the Apache dugout, third base side, strike 1. Goswick doubled in her last at bat to open up the third inning. She did not get a hit in Game 1. Well, we're at the exact same score that we finished at in Game 1. We're just now, halfway through this one. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. That's low. 2 balls and a strike. That's a base hit up the middle off the bat of Goswick. Nice diving effort by Wells. And with 2 outs, it's going to bring up Shelby Court.
Shelby Court.
So there's 2 outs for Shelby Court. First pitch in there. Strike 1. Well, our live stats has the first pitcher's name under the second pitcher's numbers. So I'm going by this as to who's in that circle. Mackenzie Miller is wearing number 15. Ground ball to short. You flip it to second for that last out, and that'll end the inning. Well hit ball by Court, but it went right to the shortstop. Well, she flips it over to Heine, and that's the inning. 6-4 if you're scoring at the house, and we'll head to the 5th inning. The score remains the Apaches 5 and the Bulldogs 1. Welcome back to Schwab Field. Look out, hit the bull. Last warm-up pitch goes all the way to the brick here. We go to the 5th inning. It's 5-1 Apaches. Exact score we finished the first game at. We got a couple innings to go. The Bulldogs got some opportunities here. 8, 9, and 1. Chrissy Johnson will lead it off. Then it's Maddie Moore, and then back to the top, and Cora Heine. Swing and a miss by Chrissy Johnson. And it's 0-1. Absolutely beautiful day for a doubleheader here in Bullard. In the upper 70s. And now with that sun dropping, we're probably going to drop into the lower 70s, but still very comfortable. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Way low, and it's 1-2. Audrey Pickett has thrown 52 pitches in her first 4 innings of work. The 1-2, swing and a miss. And strikeout number 4 for Audrey Pickett. Here's Maddie Moore. So Moore, a single to center in her first at bat. She's 1 for 1. But she promptly got doubled off on the line drive off the bat of Cora Heine. First pitch missed, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, line drive, left field. She's 2 for 2. That's a good piece of hitting right there. Went down and got that pitch and knocked it through the 6 hole. So here's Cora Heine now for the 3rd time. She's 1 for 2 in this ball game. Infield single and a line out to center field. Yeah, Guess that's the new thing, is to scream like bloody murder in the dugout. Okay. First pitch, just missed high, ball 1. 5 runs on 9 hits for the Apaches. 1 run on 3 hits now for Navarro. On the top of the 5th. Line drive. Nice play at third. Throw to second for 1. Over to first. Oh, my goodness, that was close. Thought she had her. And nice play at third by Casey Moore on a well-hit ball off the bat of Cora Heine.
Number 10, Camo Wells.
So Heine is safe. Moore out at second base. And there's 2 outs for Camo Wells. Wells 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Chopper foul, first base side, over by the Navarro dugout. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Audrey Pickett has been in the circle from the start. That pitch is fouled off, and quickly 0-2 on Camo Wells. The pitch. There's a tapper to short. Not an easy play in the hole. And now she's saying she came off the base, so it's another error. Errant throw by Jaden Lance. He's 6. The throw got there on time. Mackenzie Goswick caught it, but it pulled her off the base. So now you got 2 runners aboard and 2 outs for Yasmin Malero. And the Apaches back to their spots. 2 outs, 2 aboard. Boy, if you catch one here, totally different game. First pitch. In there, strike 1. Malero has reached both at bats. First time she reached on a fielder's choice, 5-4. Last time she reached on an error by first baseman Mackenzie Goswick, the 0-1. Big swing, misses that, and it's 0-2. So Audrey Pickett trying to do it herself here. Trying to get the Apaches off the field. Here's the 0-2. Off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. In on the hands, and it's caught at third base by Casey Moore for the final out. So a little bloop pop-up to Moore at third base, and that will end the threat. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The score remains 5-1 Apaches. All right, so Coach Wynn going to her bench here, and much like she did in game one, Casey Parker is going to hit for Jaden Lance here in inning number 5. Apaches lead 5-1. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. So Parker with the at-bat here. We'll see how she wants to handle. Boy, in the game before this, she still has Lexi Hager on deck, but we'll see if Parker gets on, if Heller comes out and takes her at bat. That's kind of what happened in the first game. 2 balls and no strikes. Ground ball through the hole, base hit for Casey Parker. And that's not an easy thing to do, is to step in off the bench and immediately produce. And sure enough, good at bat there by Casey Parker. So we will see Lexi Hager. She'll get her first at bat of the game. She came out and pinch ran for Courtney Heller after Heller got an RBI single. But now it's Hager at the plate. Nobody out, runner first. You might see a bunt here. There it is. And just trickles foul. As who put the chalk on that field? Let's go. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. That misses off the plate. And it's 1-1. Hager did not get an at-bat in that first game. I don't think she did. Her spot never came back up after she came into the game. Throw to first, and ball goes right off the back. And hustling to second is Parker. So that's going to be an E2. As Parker took one right in the small of her back. Kind of cringed for a moment, then realized the ball rolled over to the dugout and took off for second, and that's where she stands now. Nobody out. And a 1-2 count on Lexi Hager. Mackenzie Miller in the circle. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. So, second strikeout of the game for Navarro pitchers. The first strikeout for Mackenzie Miller. Here's Mackenzie Ryan now. She's re-entering. Or she re-entered on the bases, I guess, last time. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Ooh, that ball got away. Couldn't quite get the good read at second base, so Parker has to hold. And did that hit her? Oh.
Why didn't she take her back? He's saying it was a strike. Strike?
Well.
Count blue.
One ball, no strike.
Thank you.
So it's 1-0, not 2-0. Well, Mackenzie Ryan thought it hit her, so she took off the first. And Mr. Umpire said, no, it didn't, and he called it a ball. So now it's 2-0 as that one sails wide. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, 1 aboard. Mackenzie Miller in the circle. The pitch. Misses low. 3-0.
Yeah, man, I want y'all to explain to me what happened.
So now you're 1 pitch away from taking first either way. And that's on the outside corner. And it's called a strike. 5-1, Apaches lead, bottom of the 5th. Trying to add on to that lead with the runner at second, 1 out. Oh, my. Might be as far as we've gone off the plate here in this game. That was outside corner. And it's a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball's well hit left field side, but going to go foul. That ball left the yard. So good swing right there by Mackenzie Ryan. She'll have to come back and try to do it again. Three, 2, 1 out. The windup and the pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. She wasn't going until she was told. So it finally is a walk. And let's see. I don't know. Unofficially, first walk of the game. Third. That's 3 walks. I'm looking up here. Third walk of the game for Navarro pitchers. And here's Mackenzie Pete. First pitch missed. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch is, yeah, I think, is it 1-1 or 2-2? 1-1. There we go. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 aboard for the Apaches here in the 5th. We're at the 8th spot in the lineup. Mackenzie Pete, 2 for 2 in this game. Single, infield single, and a single to left. That's going to miss off the plate. And I'll tell you what, if I was the catcher, I'd be doing the same thing. You just keep inching your way out and see how far Mr. Umpire is going to call that. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. Mackenzie Pete looking for her 3rd hit of this game. The pitch. There's a bunt. And can't make the play. Throw to the plate. Now we might have a rundown. You got runners all over the place. Going back to second, she's tagged out. The throw to the plate will not, and run's going to come home. Boy, I don't know if I'm going to figure this one out. So it was a bunt, and reaching first base is Mackenzie Pete on the fielder's choice. That throw went 5-3, and eventually scoring was Parker, and out at second base was Ryan. So won't try to figure out the scoring, but there's a 2-out base hit for Casey Moore, her first hit of the game, and the inning continues. The Apaches in all that melee scored another run, so it's 6-1 now. And now Coach K is going to come out and make a change here. I don't know if she's going to change. She's going to make a pitching change. We'll let you know who the new arm is in the circle when we come back. Brianna Pasinger at the plate. The new pitcher is a sophomore from Teague, Texas, Caitlin Kaminsky. Kaminsky now in the circle for Navarro. 0-1 pitch to Brianna Pasinger is missed off the plate, and it's 1-1. On the year, Kaminsky 1-3 with a 3.74 ERA. This is her 9th appearance. She has started 6 games. She does have 2 complete games. Pitch misses outside, 2-1. Kaminsky on the year, 24 in the 3rd innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 19 walks. So command is going to be an issue here for Miss Kaminsky. She'll need to throw strikes. 2-1 pitch. That's in there. And it's 2-2. Two outs, 2 aboard for the Apaches. And that's going to miss high. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Should be.
So you got Pete at second, Moore at first. They'll be off with the pitch here. A full count with 2 outs. The pitch. Little tapper, tough play at third. Malero. And boy, she has gotten it done today for the most part over there at third. 5-3 if you're scoring at the house. That'll end the inning, but the Apaches do get 1 more run on 2 hits, leave 2 on, and we'll head to the 6th inning. Your new score from Schwab Field, Tyler 6, Navarro 1. All right, a couple of changes for the Apaches. You got a new left fielder, and Brittany Gaylor out in left now, and you also have Casey Parker, who has stayed in the game at short. I didn't want to tax you, Pete. I wanted that light to come on before the game ended. No balls and 1 strike. Off the plate, 1-1 to Taylor Goulet, the catcher. She's 0 for 2 in this one, and she's 0 for 5 on the day. Still in the circle, Audrey Pickett. 67 pitches so far. Pop up, this should be in play. And squeezing that over at first is Mackenzie Goswick. I think that's her. Yeah, she's still over there. It's for the first out. F3 if you're scoring at the house. And here's Izzy Murillo. Murillo 0 for 2, grounded out to third, popped up to second. First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, now that sun is down, a little cooler, but the lights have taken their full effect. I haven't checked the temperature. You got a guess, Pete? Yeah, that's what mine says. Well, mine says 72 now. 72 in Bullard, so they're right on target here. We've dropped just a little bit. Oh, my, what a play. right back to the pitcher. What a play by Audrey Pickett. Nonchalanted that one. She just turned her glove, made the play, and made a nice throw over to first for the out. What a play by Audrey Pickett. Ball was well hit off the bat of Murillo, but Pickett had her glove right in the right spot. Made a nice play. 2 outs. Here's Sky Loper. First pitch to Loper, missed. It's 1-0. Beautiful afternoon here in Bullard as we wind up this doubleheader. Pop-up, shallow left field, coming in to make the play is Brittany Gaylor for the final out. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for Navarro in the 6th inning. We head to the bottom half of inning number 6. The Apaches lead at 6-1. Welcome back to the Brook Hill School. We're at Schwab Field on the campus of the Brook Hill School. Bottom of the 6th, the Apaches hold on to a 6-1 lead. 2, 3, and 4. Rebecca Snow leads it off. Caitlin Kaminsky came on with 2 outs in the 5th. She's back in the circle. First pitch was in there, strike 1. Second pitch is in there. And it's 0-2 on the Apache right fielder, Rebecca Snow. 0 for 3 in this game. She had 3 hits in 4 at-bats in game 1. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Navarro, about an hour and a half due west of Tyler, right, Pete? Down Highway 31?
Exactly, 70 miles from there.
70 miles, okay.
From Tyler.
Made that trip many times. We used to be in the conference with Navarro. Baseball team was. I think the softball field's right next to the baseball field, isn't it? Yeah, it's right side by side there. So 1-2. Strike 3 called. So a strikeout for Caitlin Kaminsky. That's her first strikeout of the night, 3rd strikeout of the night for Navarro pitchers in this ball game. And stepping in now for the Apaches is first baseman Mackenzie Goswick. Mackenzie 2 for 3 in this game. And she was 0 for 3 in game 1. So Mackenzie doubled and scored in the 3rd and infield single her last time up. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, 1 pitch just off the plate, and it's 1-1. Bottom of 6. Line drive, base hit. 3rd hit of the game for Mackenzie Goswick, and that was a bullet. So a 1-out single for Goswick brings up Shelby Court. Shelby's 2 for 3. 2-run homer in the first.
Shelby Court.
A single to right and scored in the third. She's looking for her third hit of the game. 6-1 is our score with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Apaches trying to sweep a doubleheader at home and keep pace in first place in Region 14 East. We dropped that off-speed pitch right over the inside corner, strike 1. Well, the day started with both Tyler and Bossier tied at 11-3. We know Bossier won game 1, so they're both squads now 12-3 as they enter into that second game of the doubleheader. Bossier's actually hosting Paris right now. So Paris at 0-15, not likely to turn around and get one from Bossier, but stranger things have happened. So you would think that the Apaches need to take care of business here to keep pace with the Cavaliers from Bossier Paris. Pop up right field, that's going to be a hit. And a little bloop hit, and sure enough, Shelby Court gets her third hit of the day. So now first and second, 1 out. And here's Casey Parker for the second time, singled to left field in her last at bat. She came in the 5th inning for Jaden Lance. Apaches, well, are we going to have a change here? Well, they're going to change out right fielders. So this is an odd move here. Number 2 will replace number 12. And number 2 is wrong roster. Megan Segree is in right field now.
Up to bat, your shortstop number 6, Casey Parker.
So a switch in right field, and not sure, I don't know. The only thing I can think of, that person can re-enter as a pitcher, right? You might be running her down to the bullpen to get her loose. First pitch in there, strike 1. This is Casey Parker. So Megan Segree now in right for the Bulldogs. The 0-1. Base hit through the hole on the left side. And Coach Wynn's going to hold everybody up. Base is loaded, 1 out. Solid single off the bat of Casey Parker. 1 out, and here comes Courtney Heller. Well, if Courtney would catch one here, I think this one would be over. 8 runs after 5 in the run rule category, and it's now 6-1, and the bases are full of Apaches. Goswick at third, Court at second, Parker at first, and Heller steps in. The pitch, high and away, ball 1.
Come on, give her something she can drive.
Outside, ball 2. Well, you almost get to the point where do you want to give up 1 run or do you want to give up 4 runs? If you give up 1, you still are in the ball game. Extra base hit here might end it. 3-0 to Courtney Heller.
Notice her defensive alignment has kind of shifted back these last couple of
And the 3-0 pitch, and she was getting nothing close there. So they walk a run in, unintentionally, intentionally. And Courtney Heller gets an RBI walk. Everybody moves up a station. And now, let's see who's going to. So you got a runner at first base, and that is Caitlin Moore. So Moore will run for Heller with 1 out, and the base is still loaded. So here's Brittany Gaylor for the first time today. First at bat of the day, and she's got a chance to end it. 7-1 is the score. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch in there, strike 1. So if a base hit scores 2 here, you got to get that run in from second if you're looking to end this ball game here. Here's the 0-1. Just missed low. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Caitlin Kaminsky in the circle. It's 1-2. Brianna Gaylor going to have to scrap here. Off the plate, 2-2. You got nowhere to put Gaylor. Mackenzie Pete waits on deck. You'd think this would be the action pitch for Gaylor to put a good swing on here. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch right there. Got her. And strikeout number 2 for Caitlin Kaminsky. The 4th strikeout of the ball game for Navarro pitchers. Here's Mackenzie Pete for the 4th time. She's 2 for 3. Infield single, base hit to left, and a fielder's choice to the third baseman.
Only needs a base hit, girls.
First pitch off the plate, ball 1. We're at the 8th spot in the Tyler lineup. Apaches have plated 1 more run here in the bottom of the 6th. They lead at 7-1. The 1-0. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The sophomore from Teague, Texas, Caitlin Kaminsky, trying to get the Bulldogs into the dugout with 1 final chance to come back. Inside corner, called a strike. And it's 1-2. 1 strike away from going to the 7th. Kaminsky has her signs. Here's the pitch. He took something off of that way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two outs, bases loaded. 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch, line shot, foul. Wow. Mackenzie Pete was all over that pitch, just couldn't keep it fair. Still 2-2 on Mackenzie Pete. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, and it'll be a full count. Runners will be off with this one. Caitlin Kaminsky in the circle. Nowhere to put Mackenzie Pete. 1 run's already been walked in the inning. Here's the pitch. We'll tap her foul. We'll do it again. Courtney Heller walked with the bases loaded in this inning. And that was the run that was scored. And now it's Mackenzie Pete at the plate with the bases loaded and a full count. Here's the 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Well, she tried to get her to go after that off-speed pitch, and it's a 2nd walk with the bases loaded in the inning. And now you're 1 station away from ending the ball game. The 9-hitter, Casey Moore, steps in. Casey Moore's 1 for 2, first pitch. In there, strike 1. Pete at first base after the walk. And that pitch is going to miss for a ball. Caitlin Moore down at second base. Casey Parker at third, the 1-1. Inside corner, called a strike. It's 1-2. Well, she got here in the previous at-bat and then tried to get tricky and ended up walking the batter. Here's the 1-2. Outside. This is kind of the same sequence we saw in the last at-bat. She tried to get Mackenzie Pete to go fishing for that pitch outside and then eventually ended up walking her. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball, foul, just down just a couple of feet maybe, as the third baseman, Yasmin Malero, who probably has handled more base or softballs today than anyone on this field. She dove for that, and if that was going to stay fair, she was going to catch it. She's right on the bag at third. So we'll do it again with 2-2 count. The pitch. Whoa, just misses on the inside corner. And the count will go full at 3-2. So this will either end the inning or end the game here. 3-2, bases loaded. 8-1's the score. The pitch. Another foul ball, third base side. Coach Wynn making the play over there. Showing off the arm. She still got it. 3-2. We'll do it again. Runners will be off with the pitch. Caitlin Kaminsky with the pitch. Up the middle. And you dive, you throw to second. Everybody's safe, and that's your ball game. An infield single for Casey Moore ends the ball game. 1B4 if you're scoring at the plate. She'll get an RBI, and that will be it. 4 runs here in the, actually it's going to be a 9-1 final, I think. As the base hit up the middle scored a run, and let's see, 6, they needed 9. So the Apaches end up getting 3 runs in that last inning, and that will do it. So let's pull up the box score here, give you some stars of the game, if we can. As
Fans, please join the Apaches in the singing of the Tyler Junior College alma mater.
Your final line score here from Bullard, 8 runs on 14 hits for the Apaches, 3 errors for TJC. Navarro, 1 run, actually 9 runs. That's not quite right here. 9 runs on 14 hits and 3 errors. Navarro, 1 run on just 3 hits and 2 errors. So what a great job in a complete game victory for Audrey Pickett. She'll be the winning pitcher, and she'll go to 8-1 on the year. The losing pitcher will be Elisa Suarez, and she'll drop to 0-2. For the team records, Navarro will drop to 19-15 on the season and 8-6 in conference play. The Apaches get their 40th win of the season. They go 40-5 on the year, 13-3 in conference play. So a nice doubleheader sweep for Tyler Junior College. They win game 1 5-1, and they sweep the doubleheader and win the second game 9-1. So offensive stars of the game here in game 2. Shelby Court 3 for 4 with a 3-run score, 2 RBIs. Jaden Lance 1 for 2 with 1 run and 2 RBIs. Courtney Heller was 1 for 2 with a couple RBIs. So, and then down in the 8th spot, Mackenzie Pete goes 2 for 3 with an RBI. Casey Moore is 1 for 2 out of the 9 spot. But star of the game has to go to Audrey Pickett, and she does a really good job as only gives up 1 run on just 3 hits here in this one. And so the Apaches win their 2nd game in the row. They have won now 9 of their last 10. And the Navarro Bulldogs have now lost their last 2 games. Let's take a peek at the schedules for these 2 squads. Navarro, after today's doubleheader, let's see here. on Saturday, they will host Northeast Texas in a doubleheader in Corsicana. So they'll play the Lady Eagles in Corsicana, double dip there. And, of course, the Apaches will take on Bossier City, Bossier Parish Community College. And let me double check and see where that game is going to be. That game will be here at the Brook Hill School. Now, there is weather in the area scheduled for Friday, so keep your eye on the internet and, of course, your kiddos that are playing for the Apaches, because it's supposed to get some pretty good rain move through the area Friday. It's supposed to be cleared up by Saturday, so if they cover the infield here, they should be fine. But that'll wrap things up for Wednesday, April 11th here at Schwab Field on the campus of the Brook Hill School. The Apaches sweep a doubleheader. They win game 1 5-1, and they win game 2 9-1. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, Dr. Tim Drain, Chuck Smith, Kelsey Weeks, this is Dr. John Gross signing off from Bullard. Until next time, so long, everybody.